Hello and welcome to another Car Mechanic Simulator 2015 video of joy and happiness. Yeah. Alright, so I've noticed that I've almost got enough money, or experience is what I actually mean, to buy this, to buy parking. So I need 9,000 experience to buy parking. Yeah, I don't know either. But there we go, and I need parking to, what was the other thing? Oh yes, that's right, if you look on the exit. The auction centre, I need to buy parking first to store my car collection. So I'd forgotten all about those elements, but there we go. So we're getting close to that. One or two more jobs possibly for the experience. I thought I needed $50,000 for something, but I don't know what that is. But I've almost got that as well, so if there is a requirement, almost there. Alright, so we're having fewer and fewer short jobs. I fancy a short job. So if we take a short job, I wonder if it will replace it with another short job. Here's to finding out. Wow, all these cars are in green at the moment. I think I had a black car a while back, but everything else has seemed, oh, my memory is green. Or maybe there was a blue car. Everything's green apart from those several that weren't. Yeah. Alright, so they're known jobs. All the filters, engine oil. So it's just engine power has failed. Okay. Let's have a look under the hood. Engine power has failed. It's a different sort of engine. I don't recognise any of this. There's a split V. It's actually a V8, of course, in a V shape. That's why it's called a V8. Good. Actually, before I do that, let's put that back on. Let's do our gamut of tests. Examine mode, and then we can do the ODB boop. So this is modern enough to have a electric, what do you call it, computery things. So that tells us that the engine is dead. All the electrics seem to be pretty knackered. All those bits, it's like someone's poured some water in it. And then we'll do the blow test. The blow test, where you get the engine to snort as much as possible and see where it coughs. Oh dear. Right, nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly happy with its blow. And then we do the random numbers. This is where we throw maths at the computer and it bounces some of it back. And that tells us something. This little device tells us what that means. It means that the fuel pump's knackered, which we already knew. Good. Don't know where the fuel pump is, of course. Oh yeah, that's that bit. That's the fuel filter. The fuel pump, it's at the back, of course, in the... Can't get to there. I wonder if I can get to there without having to take the thing up in the air. No. Okay, so that tells us we need to have it on the lifter. Let's do that right away, or click several times for no effect. Alright. I put our head up through the car. There we go, fuel pump. 22%. So everything else about the car seems pretty shiny. It's just the electrics in the front. So I don't know if there's anything I need to be underneath the car for, anything else. Possibly the oil filter. Oh, I need to drain the oil. I can do that whilst I'm underneath the car. My special oil draining receptacle. I guess that's the oil hole. Ooh. This is a bit fiddly. So you have to sort of get almost underneath it, but not quite. There we go, that's probably fine. Oops. I'll stuff it. It'd be interesting to see what happens if you actually drop oil all over the place anyway. Can't look down now. Just have to hope it's going in the right hole. There's no sign of it having passed at all. Oil. Alas, I knew him. Yorick. Good, right, let's bring that down, having a look, scout through the engine. Okay, let's tackle the engine. So I assume I have to take off lots of these bits. Oh, there's a... why can't I disassemble that? I have to assemble lots of other bits first, do I, probably? It's all new to me. I can't assemble anything. What's going on? Okay, it's binging at me now. Doing something right. There we go. I found the entry point. Alright, let's disassemble this V8 engine. Oh, and that screw. Spark plug 100%. Take off the timing gear to get to those. Alright, let's take off all this other stuff. Alright. Crikey. Complicated V8 engines. Well, just lots more stuff. Let's take it all off to get to the timing cover. Oh yeah, right. How's that? Water pump. Idle roller B. Oh, I've got to take this off as well. Right, okay. Doot. And there we go. Oh yeah. The extra one. Right, so now we should be able to get the timing cover off. Oof. Alright, okay. And then we can get off the I guess the timing belts off first. Then we can get rid of the cam gear. Then we can take off the cam shafts. And that should allow us to get slightly further into the engine. I believe there were some pistons with conrods. I forget already. Oh, looks like we found everything we need. Well, I stopped taking it apart. So it was ignition cores I needed. Oh, well, there you go. Right, so let's bring that back up and buy the bits and do the job. I thought I had to get deeper in. Memory. I've already forgotten what I was talking about, but I don't have a memory for it. For what? For the thing I forgot. Fuel filter. I already forgot what I needed. Fuel filter, fuel pump. Fuel filter, fuel pump. Some sort of fuel rail, was it? Fuel rail DI times 2. Fuel rail DI. Detective inspector fuel rail. And 4 times ignition coil. Ignition coil. Ignition coil. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's those. I needed new oil and an oil filter V8. Oil filter V8. That one. And an air and fuel filter. Air and fuel filter. Did I already buy a fuel filter? Oh, just a few seconds ago. I think I did. Air filter. Alright, and I've obviously not dealt with the air filter. Well, let's put these ignition coils back in and all this stuff I didn't need to take out. Taking out a little too much. Still. All good fun, eh? Did I take the spark plugs out? I don't remember taking the spark plugs out. Seriously, it was probably just a few seconds ago. What goes on top next? Oh, does the timing cover have to go back on first? C'est possible. Timing belt, timing belts, timing cover over the timing belts. So, once we've put that back on, we can then replace the engine covers. so, and then the ignition coils, put the fresh ones on this side I think. And the coils cover. Yes. It's nice to see some sort of, other than silvery parts, nice these nice red engine heads. Looks nice and pretty. Because most of the new parts you put on these cars are sort of a horrible silvery grey colour. I mean, it doesn't really matter if it's going in your engine, I guess, but you know, might as well make the parts look pretty. I mean, why not? Especially if it's got a flash engine like this. I mean, if it's just an estate car that you take shopping or pick up the kids with, then maybe you don't give a flying monkeys. But this is a piece of art, he said expressively. Yes, all those back in. Idle roller B, and then we put the rollers back on. Not the rollers, what they call belts. That's the word. Idle roller A. That's all the timing. Oh no, I've got my belt tensioner, of course. Keep your belt tense. Good. So that's that done. Fuel filter, of course. I can't remember if we drained the oil or not. What are we at? Fuel pump. Oh, the fuel rails. I just forgot to. It's hard to see them nestled in there. Okay, that's those. The fuel filter has to be done when it's in the air, I believe. Stick it up in the air. They sort of float up through the car. Oh, it has to be in assemble mode. There it is. Okay, cool. Anything else that needs to be done when it's up in the air? No, I had to take the oil out. I might have to put the oil filter back on underneath, because that was a bit of a strange position, wasn't it? Nope. Oh, down the engine end, please. Assemble mode. It's under here somewhere. There it is. Alright, that's that. Oops, that's not the button. There it is. What is that? Is that part of the hydronic ram? Or is it just somewhere to put disposable gloves so that you've always got some at hand? Now the air filter, I believe, was wanting to be swapped. So let's fiddle with these little annoying clips. That's black. Nice. Fresh one back in. The clips back on. Okay, so that's air, oil, and fuel filters. I think I've done them all. I don't want the tablet, then I'll drop that up for. Change engine. Oh yeah, I've just got to put the oil back in. Okay. Oil in. Disassemble mode. Where's the oil hole? There it is. So, usual story. Pour it in till the oil can itself has had enough. It lifts up slightly, and then you put a little bit more in, and that's the job done. Double check your wonderful work with the old stick of dip. Slap bang in the middle. Hood down, give it a polish, send it off to its owner. Job done. So we're not quite on 9,000 experience, but we do have the 50,000 money. Don't quite remember what that's actually for. I thought it was the 50k we needed for the parking, but maybe not. 9,000 experience, which might mean we can unlock something. Let's have a quick look in the toolbox. Upgrade points 2. So we can have faster manual examination. Well, I don't do a lot of that, so I don't really care about that. We could do the repair, but I've kind of got out of the habit of doing that. It's this, isn't it? Could make the place look different. And how this works. I don't want to spend a point just to try it out. Floor stripes. Oh, go on, let's give it a go. Are you sure you want this upgrade? No, not really. So you have to pay for it, and then you can choose an option. Is that how it works? I want to preview it first. Maybe I'll do that and not save or something at some point. Anyway. Yeah, job done. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye. Going back to work. Tap, 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 tap.